the Buga Sphere, a mysterious flying sphere recovered in the town of Buga, Colombia.
It's certainly real. It's using an energy field, a type of anti-gravity effect.
I think I have a responsibility to investigate it.
After I took the sphere from the place, I looked around the area and all the grass around it was dried up.
When scanning the surface of the sphere, the engravings do not appear so that we can scan them.
What is that implying?
There is a theory that we are working on.
For centuries, the Buga Sphere was dismissed as a simple curiosity, an unremarkable metallic ball of unclear origin. But recent high-precision X-ray scans unveiled astonishing internal layers, mysterious chambers, and patterns far beyond any natural formation. Could this be evidence of a technology lost to time, or a message encoded thousands of years ago? Imagine discovering that an object over 12,000 years old contains materials, science that we only mastered recently, with fiber optic strands preserved inside and self-healing metal components. What does this mean for our understanding of ancient civilizations? The mysterious origins of the sphere. For centuries, the Buga Sphere has captivated both skeptics and believers alike, shrouded in mystery and controversy. Discovered in the rural landscape of Colombia, this perfectly formed metallic orb presented a baffling puzzle. No seams, no clear method of construction, and strange symbols etched onto its surface that defied easy explanation. Early eyewitness accounts described a silver sphere moving through the sky with unnatural agility, zigzagging and sliding silently before settling strangely on the ground. These unusual reports raised more questions than answers and attracted the attention of serious researchers. What truly set the object apart were the initial physical properties that broke known scientific rules. When touched, the sphere was ice cold, and water vaporized instantly upon contact with its surface, a phenomenon no one expected from ordinary metal. Even stranger was the sphere's erratic weight. It measured around 2 kilograms initially, but later inexplicably multiplied to 10 kilograms without any physical cause. This defied the laws of physics and forced scientists to reconsider the nature of what they were dealing with. Many dismissed the Buga Sphere as some form of modern curiosity, an elaborate hoax or a natural anomaly. However, the incongruities in its physical behavior and the consistent eyewitness descriptions made that explanation less tenable. Researchers began to suspect something far more complex was at play, a device possibly containing hidden technology beyond conventional understanding. The sphere's perfectly smooth surface and precise engravings only fueled intrigue, suggesting intentional design rather than accidental formation. Despite uncertainty about its origin or purpose, the sphere's mysterious appearance was only the beginning. Questions mounted as scientists sought to understand what lay beneath the surface. Was this an artifact from an unknown ancient civilization or something else entirely? The sphere seemed to challenge established timelines and cast doubt on the linear narrative of human technological development. The mystery deepened as teams prepared to undertake an unprecedented scientific examination using the latest imaging technology. The goal was clear: to peer inside the sphere and uncover its hidden secrets. These efforts promised to reveal whether the sphere was merely a metallic curiosity or a gateway to revelations about long-lost knowledge. Before any conclusions could be drawn, the sphere's enigmatic past and baffling physical characteristics had already succeeded in disrupting preconceived notions in archaeology and materials science. Its discovery called for a radical rethinking of what ancient technology could have looked like, especially when such artifacts show no signs of conventional toolmarks or assembly. With excitement and skepticism balancing every step, the scientific community braced for the results of the high-precision imaging experiments. The world waited to see if this metallic sphere would finally divulge answers or deepen its hold over the imagination. The true depth of this mystery awaited within, hidden beneath layers that, until recently, no one could visualize. Layers that could forever change our understanding of ancient innovation, uncovering the internal structure. When a leading researcher ordered a full X-ray scan, anticipation ran high, but nothing prepared the team for the images that would unfold. Instead of a solid metallic core, the X-rays revealed an intricate composition of 3 concentric metal layers, each nested perfectly within the other. Inside these layers, 18 smaller microspheres sat arranged with mathematical precision in geometric symmetry. The careful ordering ruled out chance. This clearly reflected deliberate design and extraordinary engineering. What stunned the scientific team even more was the complete absence of welds, seams, or tool marks that would normally be present in any externally fabricated object. The internal components appeared fused as one continuous entity, suggesting a construction process operating at a molecular or atomic level rather than by assembling discrete parts. This kind of manufacturing precision is far beyond current widespread human capability. Further investigations confirmed that the sphere was not a hollow shell. Rather, it contained complex internal chambers and purpose-built formations. These structures seemed functional, not decorative, crafted for reasons still hidden from us, but clearly intentional. The existence of such sophisticated internal architecture immediately placed the Buga Sphere in a category apart from common metallurgy. The microspheres within the layers connected by channels raised profound questions about their function and origin. Were they storage units, information carriers, or components of a larger system? The arrangement mirrored theoretical models for nanoscale technology that science has only recently begun to explore, casting doubt on the idea that it arose from any Bronze Age or earlier civilization as traditionally defined. Globally, materials experts began to recognize the significance of these findings, as the sphere's internal architecture suggested a level of machine-like complexity previously unseen in any archaeological artifact. Could this be an ancient data storage device, or even a monitoring system? The connections within the sphere hinted at purposeful networking between the parts, resembling a miniature advanced system rather than a simple object. As questions multiplied, so did the avenues for further research. The concentric layering and microsphere distribution became the focal point of multidisciplinary studies, from physics to materials science, highlighting the object's unique status at the crossroads of ancient mystery and modern technology. Scientists knew these revelations would challenge fundamental assumptions about production techniques and the history of technology on Earth. This complexity demanded an explanation that transcended conventional archaeological narratives and inspired fresh theories regarding ancient advanced knowledge. Inside the Buga Sphere lay more than metal. It held a vault of hidden information and engineering mastery waiting to be deciphered, setting a new benchmark in the study of anomalous artifacts, the impossible materials. Delving deeper into the sphere's composition, spectroscopy unveiled startling anomalies in the alloy forming its outer shell. It was primarily titanium-based, known for its high strength and corrosion resistance, but with exotic elements woven throughout that do not fit comfortably into the standard earthly periodic table. Among these were high-purity aluminum, cerium, lithium, and neodymium, elements historically identified only in the 19th century or later, yet present together in this artifact dated to over 12,000 years ago. This combination immediately raised alarms among materials scientists. Aluminum, for instance, was not refined into a usable metal until the late 1800s, while neodymium was isolated around the same period. Their presence at such an ancient date contradicts known historical metallurgy, suggesting technologies or knowledge lost to us, or perhaps originating from non-human sources. The sphere's alloy challenged conventional timelines of material discovery and processing. Even more remarkable, the alloy was measured as being harder than aerospace-grade titanium. When exposed to temperatures exceeding 400 degrees Celsius, the sphere's surface temperature remained inexplicably stable, an extraordinary property indicative of advanced material science engineered for extreme resilience. This robustness hints at a purpose beyond mere survival, likely designed to endure catastrophic environments. However, the outer shell's baffling signature was just the start. The sphere's middle layer displayed an even more perplexing property: self-healing metal. When researchers deliberately damaged a section, it repaired itself within 48 hours, a phenomenon unknown in any publicly documented alloy and absent from both classified and civilian material science research. This self-repair mechanism forces us to reconsider our understanding of what was achievable millennia ago. At the very core of the sphere, scientists detected a chip-like device connected through fiber optic filaments to the 18 microspheres. The architecture of this network was strikingly similar to quantum dot storage systems, a cutting-edge technology only theorized on paper in recent years. The idea that such advanced nanotech structures might exist in a 12,000-year-old object challenges everything known about ancient craftsmanship and scientific progress. Collectively, the materials and structural findings dismantle the conventional view that early humans worked hand tools, fire, and rudimentary metallurgy. Instead, the sphere appears manufactured with precision manufacturing methods on a scale and with a uniformity not consistently replicated even today. This forces a radical reassessment of historical achievements and lost technologies. Scientists remain divided about the origin of these materials. While most agree on terrestrial origin due to isotopic signatures, the dating and unique composition defy current explanations. The challenge lies in reconciling the evidence with accepted science or admitting a missing chapter in Earth's technological history. As these impossible materials continue to resist classification, one fact remains clear. The Buga Sphere embodies a level of material mastery and purpose-built design that compels us to rethink not only how, but also when advanced technology emerged on our planet. The revelations concealed beneath its surface now propel us towards the next astounding discovery: the invisible network of fiber optics silently embedded within. The fiber optic network. Delving deeper into the sphere's interior, researchers discovered something extraordinary: 52 transparent filaments weaving through the spaces between its concentric metal layers. These filaments were fiber optic strands, shielded by metallic coatings and engineered to conduct specific wavelengths of light from end to end. Unlike primitive optical fibers, modern optical engineers recognized the exceptional quality of these cables, noting they exhibited lower signal loss than many commercially available telecom fibers today. Replicating such precision without specialized equipment, especially 12,000 years ago, would be impossible by today's standards. Further analysis revealed that the fiber channels included traces of natural resin embedded in tiny holes along the strands. This was not contamination, but appeared deliberately placed to anchor and stabilize the filaments, demonstrating an unmistakable level of craftsmanship in materials science. Radiocarbon dating on this resin, conducted independently by multiple laboratories, including the University of Georgia and MIT, confirmed the organic material is over 12,500 years old, placing the network's construction deep in the last great ice age. The idea of fiber optics in an ancient ice age object shook the foundations of material science and archaeological theory alike. The presence of such advanced optical components predates the known invention and application of fiber optic technology by more than 10 millennia. This forced researchers to reconsider long-held assumptions about the timeline of technological development and suggested that complex optical engineering predated even the earliest human civilizations as we understand them. Moreover, the microscopic internal structure of the sphere, with its embedded fibers running in organized pathways, suggests these strands were not residual or ornamental, but served a functional purpose. They likely transmitted signals, light, or data through the device in a controlled and meaningful way. This fiber optic system, entwined with the microspheres and the core, formed a coherent internal network reminiscent of modern communication and data processing devices. The precision and arrangement of these fibers implied a level of manufacturing sophistication far beyond typical ancient metallurgical techniques. The idea that ancient hands could manipulate such fragile, complex optical strands with perfect placement strains credibility, yet cannot be ignored. Instead, it points toward the existence of an advanced technological culture capable of producing and integrating highly delicate materials in a unified device. This discovery also raised unsettling questions about what information or signals were intended to flow through these fibers. Given the quantum dot-like storage suggested by the surrounding microspheres, the fiber network could have been part of a data transmission or processing system, hinting at stored knowledge or active computation. Such complexity implies that the sphere may have been not just a passive artifact, but a functional machine or recorder of some kind. The transition from invisible fiber networks to visible inscriptions hints at a higher purpose. one where information is encoded not only inside, but also etched into stone with purposeful design. The functional engravings. On examination, the sphere's surface reveals far more than random scratches or decorative artistry. The engravings are microscopically precise, with lines thinner than a human hair and executed with unmatched steadiness, impossible to achieve by hand or primitive tools. Linguists and historians noted partial resemblances to a variety of ancient scripts, such as early Ogham characters, runic forms, Proto-Phoenician, and early Sanskrit, yet none matched fully, suggesting these markings belong to a unique, perhaps lost, system of communication or symbology. Mathematicians examining the patterns found something equally compelling. The engravings aligned with fundamental mathematical constants, the golden ratio, harmonic intervals observed in atomic structures, and proportions embedded in DNA helices. These were not embellishments, but complex equations, laid out in radial patterns that astonishingly synchronized with the fiber optic pathways coursing inside the sphere. This intertwined design hints at multi-level coding, where the surface acts as a guide for the system within. Several researchers independently propose these markings serve a functional, rather than merely symbolic, role. They might operate as resonance guides, activation sequences, or signal pathways facilitating interaction between the sphere's exterior and its internal mechanisms. This supposition was tested by exposing specific symbols to various wavelengths of light and sound, which triggered dynamic responses. The sphere's behavior during these tests shattered prior expectations. Certain symbols lit up, others dimmed, and clusters of markings activated in sequence, indicating that the engravings react dynamically to external stimuli. The markings appear to be antenna interfaces or some form of communication nodes, bridging the physical surface with the internal fiber optic network. This interactivity suggests a sophisticated design, where the engravings can modulate or receive energy and information. Such responsive behavior moves the sphere from a static relic of the past to a potentially active device, capable of sensing and reacting to environmental inputs. The comprehensive integration of mathematical, linguistic, and physical elements indicates that the sphere might be a key component in a communication or monitoring system prepared to engage with stimuli it was programmed to recognize. These revelations reshape our understanding of ancient artifacts, suggesting the Buga Sphere was never intended as mere decorative stone, but a carefully crafted machine with encoded instructions and interactive features. The engravings could be part of a control interface or a security protocol embedded in its design. This challenges conventional explanations and points to an intelligence far beyond what ancient archaeological records typically reflect. The profound complexity enclosed inside and etched upon this object shifts us toward the final, unsettling realization. Activation and implications. Months of monitoring revealed that the Buga Sphere was far from dormant. Instead, its internal activity was increasing steadily, with energy absorption intensifying and electromagnetic pulses growing more frequent and precise. This suggested the sphere followed a protocol or mission that had not yet been completed. Far from a static relic, the device appeared to be waking up, responding to conditions either within itself or in its surroundings. The implications stretched beyond archaeology into realms of planetary monitoring and long-term data preservation. One night, during a late session, everything changed. The sphere emitted a powerful pulse, unlike anything previously recorded, sharp enough to disrupt several magnetic sensors simultaneously. The room's temperature dropped noticeably, and electromagnetic field readings maxed out their instruments. Inside the sphere, the fiber optic filaments lit up in a cascading sequence, firing like neurons in a living brain. This was the first clear sign that the sphere was fully awake and active, engaging in complex internal processes. Further analysis uncovered layered micro-oscillations embedded within the main pulse, resembling a hidden secondary message. Almost simultaneously, a seismic monitoring station located 600 meters away detected a faint rhythmic signature nearly mirroring the sphere's pulse pattern. Researchers struggled to explain it as interference or instrument error, but nothing fit. The harmonic signature was natural only in context with the sphere itself. This mysterious exchange hinted at communication, an unplanned conversation with another object, possibly buried or submerged elsewhere. Following this event, the surface engravings on the sphere reconfigured in real time, displaying new sequences never seen before. These dynamic responses confirmed that the markings weren't static decorations, but functionally connected to the sphere's internal systems. It was as if the sphere was calling out via the symbols, an antenna interface or signal array awaiting a receiver. This behavior challenges traditional expectations of artifacts and pushes us to consider the sphere as part of a network rather than a lone device. The sphere's rhythmic activity closely syncs with real-world geological and atmospheric events. Its activation spikes align with magnetic fluctuations, seismic clusters, and atmospheric anomalies documented globally. Similar disturbances found in geological layers dating back 12,000 years. This consistent pattern strengthens the argument that the sphere was engineered as an early warning system or monitoring device, designed to recognize critical planetary thresholds and activate accordingly. If built in response to a crisis some 12,000 years ago, why is the sphere awakening now? The rising activity suggests a new cycle of environmental or technological conditions resembling those that prompted its creation. It may be a recorder detecting familiar patterns or an instrument designed to alert future civilizations. Its creators anticipated the need for longevity and resilience, engineering a device to last through catastrophic cycles and transmit vital information across millennia. Most unsettling is the realization that the sphere is not operating in isolation. Evidence points to it being a node in a much larger network, one capable of autonomous, long-term surveillance over entire geological periods. Signals detected at various monitoring stations share the same technological architecture, implying a planet-wide system designed to survive ice ages, floods, and the falls of civilizations. This network perspective radically alters our understanding of ancient technology and intelligence. The Buga Sphere challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient technology. From impossible materials and advanced fiber optics to an activation that hints at communication and warning signals, it tells a story far beyond ordinary archaeology. If this journey into the extraordinary fascinated you, please like and subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries. Join the conversation and help us unravel what might be the key to our planet's forgotten past and future.